Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Regenerative Culture Podcast. I'm Yoshi Pantera, and we have a special guest today, a friend of mine. Her name is Belen Mora. She's in France right now. She's from Ecuador, and we're going to talk today about cryptocurrency, but not from the crypto market, but a social crypto coin that is happening in Ecuador, and it's revolutionizing the money movement, the economy, because it's not dependent from banks or anything like that. It's just community driven economy. So I'm very excited about this. Welcome, Belen, today. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you, Yoshi. I'm so happy to be here with you. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for having me here.
Yeah, we've been old friends for a while, and we met in Ecuador. I don't know, I think about 6 years ago. We wanted to start this movement, and it didn't happen. But then finally, it happened during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, it was like a coincidence, beautiful coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah, totally. So, tell us a little bit about your background to start off, like a little bit of your experience.
Okay, I don't know where to start. Usually, I just start saying that I was very concerned about economy since very early in my life. I decided to study a little bit of international economics at the university in France, but I was very soon very questioned about all the, you always see figures and numbers and all of that, and I was like, where, okay, as if we're talking about economy being the science of the human relations, of the exchanges that can happen between human beings, where is all the human part in this? So as I had a big background in philosophy and in letters and all of that, it was inevitably questioning myself for this aspect that I didn't see in traditional economics. So I decided to change and to go and to seek a little bit further to see if there was some other options for me, and that's how I found social economics. But then I had to do my master's degree thesis, and I had a beautiful teacher, a professor in my university that just made me do my thesis about the Yasuni ITT project. That I don't know if you know but it's a project that just wanted to let all the oil underground. And we were just studying the possibility of having a social economy while we were letting that oil underground. And that's when I just traveled to Ecuador, and I went to do an internship in the governance commission for this project. And I was very, very disappointed at that time because it was like all a bureaucratic thing. We were very far away just talking about public policy and all of that, but we were not doing it from the territory. So I was very frustrated. And at that time, I just met L1,
It's cutting off a little bit.
who is my companion today. He's my partner.
It's cutting off a little bit.
And we just, okay. So I met Erwan there, and we were very frustrated. No.
Okay. So you have a little background noise.
Yes, maybe.
Okay. So
Do you hear me there?
yeah, a little better. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And well, it was in 2009 that we had the opportunity of traveling to the Amazonian jungle We just let down the internship in the government, and we went with an NGO, and that NGO took us to the Amazonian jungle, and that's when I just woke up. I think I just saw the direct impacts of our capitalist and oil-based economy on all these populations in the Amazonian jungle. It was like just going through the river was like smelling the oil, and then learning that 70% of the population that we visited had just hepatitis and a lot of cancer and skin problems due to the oil present in the atmosphere, in the water, and through contamination through animals and all that. It was a very hard thing for me at that time. I think I had 22 years old, and I just went down to depression for a
Wow.
year while I was writing my thesis, and just learning more about how the economy functioned and how all these power and money relationships function in this world. It was like making me very sad, and then I don't know, I just was in I touched the bottom, I think. And then I saw a little angel, one friend of mine that came back to me, and she helped me like through meditation. And we learned. Yes, I took decisions in my life, and then I became a vegetarian, and I started meditating a lot, and just I started trying to align myself with another frequency and trying to become a solution through my daily choices. And just I started researching and investigating all that I could, so I could, yeah, make a difference somehow. And then I just started uh, investigating on how spirituality was in direct link with our problems today, because we're a very I found out that we were a very disconnected population now. Economy is just so materialistic today and so disconnected with nature, and it makes us so disconnected between us that just it's simply it's not surprising that it's turning out the way it's turning out, actually, because our economic system has always been understood from an amoral perspective. Like, economy has no values, economy has no principles. No, not and everything is based on exchanges, numbers, and all of that. And I found out that was a real problem. And once you reframe it in some social principles, philosophical principles, it just changes everything. Our relationship starts being more positive, more harmonious, and I just tried to create a lot of initiatives coming from that perspective. And that's how I came to sacred economics. That's how I met you. Through sacred economics we met, and that's just how my path has been unfolding since then. And Muyu, the social cryptocurrency that we have today, just came alive in this big crisis we had last year. But it was a result of a lot of experiences, a lot of coincidence, a lot of friendships that just build through time in this research, internal research, and in this realignment, I call it, with the life, with the economy of life. So
Cool.
I don't know if I went too far.
No, yeah, it's
Sorry.
perfect. It's perfect, and thank you for sharing. It's really important to understand that the purpose of a social crypto coin, gives us a power to be self-sufficient and not dependent on the economy from banks or based on oil or different types of um, um, fiat currency. So this is great because it aligns with a regenerative culture. It's just
Yeah.
transforming how we can live and interact with our community locally and be part of a solution. So thank you so much for that. So just to understand a little bit the difference between the crypto coin from the crypto market and the social crypto coin, uh, share a little bit about the difference, and then I can share a little bit about that too.
Well, I am going to talk about it from my perspective, and my feeling. Uh, is I find that cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and a lot the other alternative currencies we are having right now. Yes, well, they guarantee us a certain in some way they guarantee us some independence from banking and all of that, but there's a big question mark there because we don't know where the money comes from. We don't know where it goes. We don't know what is the framework of these currencies. We just know that it's ultra liberal exchange. So the money you are exchanging with cryptocurrencies may come from, I don't know, the selling guns, for example, or it can come from selling your lands, I don't know. And well, that big question mark, that all that uncertainty makes that it's not a very clean economy for me, and it's also I don't know, how do you say that, it's just an opportunity also to give birth to some troubling, I think, businesses too. I lived an experience with cryptocurrencies like that from a friend of mine that had a big problem because he just, it turned out that the person he was bargaining with in cryptocurrencies was not a neat person, was not a clean person. So this person took his crypto coins, his bitcoins from him without, he didn't have any social, I don't know, you know, you have some conscious, you have some empathy, I don't know, and he didn't have it, he just took it. And my brother, my this person was just helping someone else to sell his bitcoins, and he had some trouble, you know, because he was, oh no, my god, how is it going to turn out? I just lost this, and this person just took them out without saying nothing. And well, that's the kind of problems you can find yourself into if you just find, you don't find the right people. And there are several errors, I think, because there are some there have been several transactions which cannot be suppressed from the system, and you cannot go back. So if you lose your bitcoins, it's a problem, and if you don't trust the other, it's all a matter of trust. And if, I don't know, I think economy needs a framework and that's why I have some limits with the bitcoins and all of that, all the cryptocurrencies right now. And that's why with the Muyu cryptocurrency we had is an app that is completely framed in a philosophical frame, and we have values and principles, and we have the power, and we are the bank, and we know where it comes, where it goes, and where it's circulating. So it's very transparent system from the beginning, because that was the intention. And we know that the app we use was created by the El Instituto de Asociacionismo de Argentina, the Associationism Institute in Argentina. And Eloisa Primavera worked with several intellectuals to build this app. So we know that it comes from a university. We know that, and we can guarantee the quality of the app. So I think it's more securing for us to use that than Bitcoin.
So that's the big difference from the world of cryptocurrency in the market, where you don't know where the money's come from, you don't know what kind of transactions are, you run into danger sometimes. And the difference here with the social coin is that is local. You're your own bank. You don't have a third party, like for example in the crypto world there's Coinbase and other platforms that's it's kind of the third party there. And here, the social movement, the social coin, it's locally. I remember when it started. Before the app, it was all Excel sheets, and that was kind of fun, right? A little
Yeah.
challenging, but it was cool that everybody was participating and updating all this, and also building trust within the community. So I think that was great.
Yeah.
And then finally the app came out, and I think there's about 140 people right now using the app.
Yes.
So that's
Yes,
great.
and that's
Yeah,
yeah,
go
and
ahead.
that's because we decided to slow down a little bit. It was going too fast. So we decided to slow down and to like a living organism, we decided to divide just in little groups right now so it can be more manageable from a governance point of view. And well, I will tell you about that later, but I forgot to say that one of the characteristics of, also of the cryptocurrency, social currency, is that it is not speculating. Our money, our currency, Muyu, is not taking any value from anything. It's just we just established that one Muyu equaled $1, and that's all. You don't have to have your computer turned on all day so you can win from the speculations. You're not winning any money. What you see is what you get all the time,
I understand.
and we're not. That's not our purpose. We don't want to accumulate. We want to circulate. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So tell us a little bit about how does this work? How does it start? Like for example, I want to be part of this social coin, and I'm new about it. I don't understand anything. Like what do I do?
Okay. So the first thing is, well, we have a system. Ahí le cortas un rato, ¿cómo se dice? Padrinos y madrinas.
Uh, Godfathers.
Yeah.
Godfathers.
Godfathers and godmothers and
Yeah.
godfathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, gracias. Entonces we have a godfathers and godmothers system where, well, the community started with about 25 people, and know that our community just grew because someone I knew invited someone she knew and she trusted. And it is really a web of trust. So if you want to come to the community, it's important that you find a godfather or godmother that already belongs to the community, and in which you trust, which you trust, and which trusts you. And the first step is then to ask to enter the community, and then you enter in a training process. We have a little training for our training online, in which we tell you about the principles of our community. We have three basic principles, that is internal growth, community creation, and service to the earth, community building and service to the earth. And from that, just an economy vision, and a lot of experiences that we love to share in order to just to participate and to show people how we work, because I don't know, this adventure just turned out to be a completely remaking of economy. So we have also our words to talk about price. We do not talk about pricing. We talk about appreciating someone's work, for example. So yeah, we have to explain a little bit all that, and explain also the posture we need everyone to have in order to access the economy, the community. So after you participate in this training, this 4-hour training, when this training ends, you will have a link to download the app, and our Muyuk Mayuk, that is our banking, our bank, the person who is in charge with the community bank creates an account for you, and she gives you in this at this moment it's like 150 muyus of credit, so you can spend it on the community. So you don't have to give anything to the community. You have already the authorization to spend them out in any service, in any product you find that you need, to until the amount of 150 muyus. And then after you have to give out to the community to the what it needs, what's your product, what's your service, and all of that. So a little bit, that's how it works.
Awesome. So as soon as I do the 4-hour training, I get a link, I get into I get the app, and then I have the opportunity to receive 150 muyus, which is equilibrated to $150, and I can spend that right away, right? And then I also have one of the requirements, I believe, is I need to have some type of product or service aligned with these principles in order to participate in this social coin community. Correct? That's how we got it. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. And in terms of a transaction, what would be an example? Like, okay, let's say I have, let's say I teach a salsa class, and then I also need food, for example. How does that work?
Well, that how does it work? Actually, uh, today what you do is that you can go to our marketplace. We have a virtual market, and now that all the regulations have just became calmer, we just find each other in the market. We create a Muyu market, and so we see each other, and you can just go and say, okay, we're going to do a salsa class today. I am offering it, and I don't know, I am going to take like 15 muyus per person. So you come when whoever wants comes, and everyone just pays you through the app. You give your user your usuario.
User ID.
Yes, your username, and everyone just pays you on your account, and you do your class. And after that, if in the market you see that someone is just selling their veggies and selling, I don't know, vegan cheese and all the delicious products that we have, and you want to buy them, so you're going to see that person and you say, what's your user account and what's the price of the product, and you just pay through the app, and that's all. We also have right now a private group on Facebook that is called Muyu, Comunidad Muyu, too, where you can publicate your needs and you can publicate your services, so everyone in the community can see. We used to do some virtual markets too through Zoom. Right now it has become slower. We don't see very much around on Zoom because it's just I don't know, too much screen. It's like just we don't like it, so we prefer to see each other. And also, one of the members of the community that is called Thomas created a private website along with other members of the community that is called comunidadmuyu.org. Uh, and it's like a social network. It's like Facebook, but it's not
Cool.
Facebook. It's just for the community members. You can create your account and you have your marketplace directly there.
Nice.
And you can have your little market on the website, and everyone can see what you offer and what you need. So it's really nice. We have forums there and all of that. I think we have not used it upon its best potential yet, but we're going through that process
Nice,
slowly but surely. Yeah.
nice, nice. Thank you. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. And so far, has been the biggest challenge or the most common challenges through this experience?
Wow. Um, there have been a lot. I think there is one of the biggest ones has been the organizational challenge. This system and the principles we established have just put us this challenge of changing our mindsets on how we interact and how we organize. Usually, in social organizations, we're accustomed to have a leader and organized like in a pyramid. You know, there are the leaders and there are the deciders, and then there are the ones who applicate. ¿Me escuchas?
Yes.
Yeah. The ones who just
Hi.
do the things, but they don't decide, and we just try to take this time, this opportunity to question that, and because it's a political choice too, to give the power to the people, and we are choosing to use, for instance, sociocracy and a little bit of holacracy too. So we are organized in different circles, which are groups in which you can participate. The thematic groups. We have the we call, well, it's like your supermarket group. We will say where there are people that are very interested in finding producers and produce to give it to the community to organize communitary, um, canastas solidarias, como dices.
Solidarity baskets.
Yes. Solidarity baskets where we put fresh produce and coming from farmers and from fair trade markets, and you can participate there, and you are the master of all. This group is the sovereign in their decisions. There is also other groups, communication groups that do everything to make our Muyu's experience better, to communicate the decisions we make, to communicate how well we are going, how is it happening, and all of that. There are also commissions that organize the presential markets, and like that you have different thematic groups, which decide and organize and auto-organize as they consider it, and as everyone trusts each other, we just try to evolve like that. It has been a challenge because we are all everyone each one of us is in a different level of understanding of what is autonomy, of what is I don't know how to say, horizontal governance, autogestión. It's like, and
Self-governance system.
as a self-governance system, and well, it's okay, we're all different, it's okay, but that makes that implies that we have to open spaces and to have time to listen to each other, to develop internally in order to develop empathy, to develop deep listening, to also to learn how to handle our conflicts in a better way, because now we know that we will have conflicts and it's an evidence, but the way we go through them is the difference. I think that was the major thing. The latest decision we took about our governance is that initially we were a big group. It was Muyu and it was from Ecuador, but then we started having groups in Riobamba or in the Galapagos Islands, in different places, but we were all one. And now we decided just like to do a mitosis process. We are going to to just separate a little bit. We are the same in essence, but now every different group has its governance. It's the three same principles, but they are going to choose to organize as they want to and to trade, and that doesn't mean that we won't see each other again. We will organize big markets where everyone is going to gather and all of that, but it's like now that we have a year of experience behind us, we are going to try to develop the local groups better. So that was it was the latest upload in our system that was organized by the community, by a group uh, where almost, I don't know, I think that a big proportion of that group were women. So
Nice.
women are leading the change in our group.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so too. A lot more trust for sure there. And
Mm.
thank you. So, in terms of other examples of social coin, where do you see other than this in the world? I know this started in Ecuador. I heard about other ones in other places. What other
Yeah.
examples of social coin?
Well, with Ecuador just started a trend in Latin America. Ecuador was the first of four other social currencies, cryptocurrencies, that were created with the help of Eloisa Primavera, which was our coach for that. So we have a cryptocurrency in Colombia, in Uruguay, in Chile, and of course in Argentina. There are various groups of Moneda Par in Argentina, but I think Moneda Sol, the sun money in Uruguay, the moon money, Moneda Luna in Colombia, Valpo in Chile, and Moneda Par in Argentina. So it's
Well,
us, and I think there's more than 100 not only cryptocurrencies, but 100 currencies that were created with the pandemic um, into 2020. In Ecuador, there's another one that is called Jurupi, that was born
in Cuenca,
in
right?
Cuenca.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, in Cuenca, and they use a different system. It's the, I don't know, I forgot it, but they use a different system. And in Europe also, since the pandemic, there is an explosion. In France, where I am right now, there are about 83 currencies
Wow.
through all the territory, and I am actually working in one that is called Le Pays in Brittany.
What does that mean?
Le Pays, it's the money, but it's in traditional language in Breton. So Le
Okay.
Pays, it's the money. Yeah. In traditional language, and we have a system to manage also the currency, and we will have electronic currency also in the next months.
Nice. Nice. That's
But
amazing.
it's not crypto. I don't know. It's not crypto, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. So the Muyu coin, Muyu means seed in Quechua, right? So
Yes.
it's based on a blockchain technology, encrypted.
Yes.
So it's considered a crypto coin, but in a social movement, not in in the
Yes.
crypto market. So that's important to know. And so I don't want to take up much of your time, and I really appreciate being with here today. And I want to go for one last question here: is how can we start a movement like this? Like I'm here in
Yeah.
Florida. Like
Hmm.
nobody understands that's even possible. And I wanna, I don't know, start or maybe inspire somebody to do it because I'm also with a lot of projects, but it needs to expand. Like self-sufficient economies needs to start everywhere. So how can we start one here, like in Florida or wherever anybody is?
I think the first thing for that is to establish your intention, very, very clear intention, and no matter how long it takes, you just believe in it because, well, the Muyu was a dream that started in 2012 and it just blew, it just bloomed in 2020. And that's why I said minutes ago that it was just a succession of events, of casualties, of coincidences, if you can talk about it, that made that I just met the right people. But maybe right now you know the right people to start with. The first and foremost is to have the right people with you. So if you have people that are ready to take the step, if you have people that are very empowered to gather and to create social market, so you can, we say that a minimum, a group must have around 12 people because you need to have people to exchange with. The market becomes richer and richer with every people that gets in. So if you start with 12, it's okay, you can make a first market, but then you can ask these 12 people to invite two people and then two people in, and so on and so forth. So you can just grow. But the most important thing is to have a very highly motivated people to to start this and just try it. Just it's just taking a step. We are like in Muyu, we are ready and we are trying to develop these trainings to help other people which would like to start with this, just to train them, to show them how it works. It's very simple, actually, just too simple, so simple that is just absurd. If you have a blockchain, if you have a blockchain app and that you can control, of course, it's just terribly simple and terribly facilitating for the exchanges. So we can show you how to build a market, and after that it's your experience, it's your creativity that will decide where you go. But I would say yes, that you need to gather these people that highly motivated to go with you and your intention very well established, so that even if you have downs, you can keep your motivation high, because it's we're like talking about quite new things now,
Yeah.
and it requires a big change of mindset in lots of things. So not everyone is ready to do it because it can be a frightening, but if you take the step, I will assure you that it's just a marvelous adventure, human adventure, that will give you um, so much, I don't know, openness in your heart. Your heart will be very open because you will have a direct experience with solidarity, with care for each other, with I don't know, empowering circumstances where you see that you might be frightened to take some decisions, but once you see you are all in the all in the ship, you just jump, and it's
Nice.
just so amazing to see that we're not dying. It's okay. And even if we make mistake, it's okay, it's okay, it's all okay once you decide to take the power to take the opportunity to be empowered with your economy. It it will all be okay. It
Yeah.
can just be okay. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. And that's it, like it's definitely a radical action, a necessary
Yes.
action. And basically, it starts from changing a little of our mindset and understanding that we can be self sufficient in this area of economy with the community. And I think it's so important to really consider taking these type of actions or even participate in it. And it doesn't mean you have to let go of the dollars or any other fiat currency.
No.
You can work with both, and you can even work with the crypto market. It can a little bit of everything, even bartering, exchanging. Like the more types of economy we have, I think it's empowering for all of us to keep working in this crazy world right now. So I think that's a good observation for sure.
It's like inviting abundance in your life. It's like inviting biodiversity in your life.
Yes.
If you use only one currency, it's like just like we are all complaining about the, ¿cómo se dice? Los OGMs.
OGMs, ¿qué es eso?
Ajá, los tomates de Monsanto.
Oh, GMOs. Yeah, yeah,
Eso, gracias.
yeah.
We're complaining about GMOs and all of that because they just did monoculture and all of that, and we don't complain about using only dollars, only euros.
Right,
We can be like a forest of currencies, and
right.
that can just be amazing because we
Yes,
can have all the abundance we have.
yes, definitely. Yeah, I think it's so important for sure. Anything else you wanna tell us that we might be missing?
Yeah, and just to finish, yeah, I would say that it's not about the money, it's about the people. It's
Yes.
about the people, it's about the nature. It's about uh, what we deeply know is true, and about like the engaging with reality too. Um, Actually, the dollar or the euro are just so speculating currencies that they are just disconnected from reality, and they are bargaining and exchanging over our futures, over the future of our mother nature. And I think it's time to say just stop it. And we reconnect with our territories, and that just we engage with life, and that's just engaging with other people with what's here and now, and just taking care of each other and mother nature, and just
Yes.
in doing so you will see how your life becomes just richer and richer. Just connect with relationship. That's economy, relationship, the science of relationship. Yeah.
Nice. Yes, that's good to know. Like really reevaluating what economy means and what you just said. It's about
Yeah.
relationships. So that's really important.
Aho.
Thank you very much, Belen. I really appreciate your time today. There you go, folks. Co-creator and founder of Muyu Social Coin in Ecuador, and now she's working one in France with some other groups. So thank you so much for sharing this important information. I hope to inspire many to participate or even create your own social coin. Thank you so much.
Aho.
Regenerative Culture Podcast. Aho, compañeros. Live, love, and
Aho.
abundance to all. Thank you so much. Ciao, gracias.
Gracias.
Adiós.
Cuídate, Fu.
Sí.